Really good to have you here.
Nice to be here too.
I heard you talking at the PropNext convention, and there was so much that was to be unpacked and to learn from your story. So here we go.
I was so fortunate when I was invited. I cannot believe I'm invited because PropNext have 8,000 over agents, and of course I take the opportunity, and because before that we took some slides to some photograph, and of course looking forward to the actual day, and how Ismail introduced me to the audience was very, very unique. He mentioned that old men are very long-winded. If William Goh speaks too long, he will cut me. So I had to keep my story sharp and short.
Hey, no problems here. I want to hear everything.
Okay, obviously Ismail asked me about my life journey. I mean, since the day I start working, I mentioned that I was the youngest to start work. It was 17 and a half years old. Yeah, why I start work? Because I was from a poor family, and we have 8 siblings. In those days, life was tough, and I look at my father. I think he's earning about 200 plus, 210 a month, feeding 8 children and the wife. And a group of us, after O level, we marched to the police academy to apply for a policeman job. In those days, you get Sec 2, you can be a policeman. So I also mentioned that I'm not very tall. Then I have to stretch my body to reach my height. And I was so happy that I was accepted. 6 months training. By the time I graduated, it's just nice labor age, 18 years old. Then, when I was working in the police force, then I look around, and some young, some old. I look at an old policeman. Wow, I cannot accept it, because I will grow old one day. Why? Because I saw the old policeman, his face all, old people also look. I said, I don't want to be like that. So I asked around how to be a clerk. In those days, to be a clerk is very quite high-end job. Then they tell me to take up typing, bookkeeping, driving. So I learned everything. And I applied all sorts of jobs. I tell you, just to get out of the police force, I even applied to be a nurse. Can you imagine, lucky or not accepted?
I think you'd be good as a nurse.
Today I'm a senior nurse.
Yeah. How many years were you in the police?
5 years.
5 years.
5 years. I don't know why I stayed for 5 years.
Right.
But nevertheless, I decided to leave. So I'm fortunate to find this company. Actually, it's a typical company, and the job is a store clerk. So the HR manager asked the department manager, shortlisted 2 person. One can type very well, but no experience, which is me. And the other guy has experience, but cannot type. So fortunately, the department manager said that I want the one can type. So I got a job as a store clerk. Wow, first 3 months, a lot of typing, because I was in the purchasing department. There are a lot of purchase order backlog. The one before me left, so they left behind a lot of work. So I clear all the typing. And I have
this
a very...
the age of the actual heavy-duty typewriters.
That time is 18 plus 5, 23. If I remember correct, it was 23 February I started the company. So I worked all the way up for 30 over years. 33 and a half years.
Wow.
Stayed with the same company. I don't know why. In those days, very loyal.
That's fun. That's
loyal.
very remarkable.
And I got promoted along the way, and I retired as a warehouse manager.
Were you managing anybody?
Yes, I managed 3 warehouses. Each one is so-called raw product, and tobacco, and finished product. Each place is about 6 to 7 people, maybe 24 people. The interesting part is that when I left, I was alone in charge of 3 warehouses. When I left, the company employed 3 persons.
Did they pay you 3 times as much?
Sadly, no.
Hey, I'm just curious. What was your last salary pay?
Okay, around 8K, but our bonus is quite good. We can get as high as 5 months bonus. Yeah. Then during the period of working in the company, I have a lot of traveling. I went to Vietnam. I went to Myanmar. I even went to Australia for meetings. Yeah, and we went to such countries like Myanmar and Vietnam to set up the factory. I was there to teach them how to. Of course, along the way, before I warehouse manager, I was running the factory in the tobacco also. So I have experience to set up factory. So I teach the locals how to manage a factory.
Right.
Then when I got retrenched, actually I volunteered for retrenchment because there's a few rounds of restructuring. So my name was not called. So I told my boss, why my name is not there? You know, obviously when they retrench not the so good one. I'm quite good lah. So my boss was shocked. Huh? You won? I said yes, I won. So I think I got quite a good sum of money.
Because if you're in a big company and you get retrenched, and there's retrenchment exercise, usually the first round is the best round for.
But this company is very generous. I think I get about 300,000.
Right, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So how did you get into real estate?
Oh, before I get to real estate, actually I came back. I was offered a job in a company in a fishball factory in Singapore. So they gave me a 6-month contract. 6-month contract, pay me 2,000 Sing dollars. So I'm in charge. My title was logistic manager. So I'm in charge of warehousing and delivery. So I was into a 6-month contract. Along the way, one of the driver is on leave, sick leave, and the boss daughter asked me to deliver fishball to Jurong cold storage. Wow, that one really hit me hard. Wow, I said each time a person goes on leave, I got to do the stand-in. And nevertheless, I took the van. I drove all the way to Jurong to deliver the fishball. So what made me resign? One day I was speaking to the store supervisor because the store has a supervisor, the delivery have a supervisor. He is about 28 years old. He told me his pay is 2,000, and my pay also 2,000. I'm a manager. So I went to approach the boss. I said, 老板，一点不对呢，我是 manager 呢。He said, don't worry, I will just pay 6 months time. So obviously I cannot wait. I left. And I tried 1 month retirement life, sitting at home, walking around, taking train, taking MRT, retirement life, walk around shopping centers. I was boring. So I was, during my free time, I was flipping the newspaper that I saw CJ's advertisement. People ask me why so many advertisements, why he saw CJ. I cannot explain. The joke I said that because he smiled at me, I smiled at him, so I call him.
There you go.
Can you imagine if I call other people? I always joke that my face at this age should be selling tissue paper.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, if I have not found CJ,
Amazing.
I think joining the right team is very important.
Exactly.
That's what I have benefited so much until today.
Yeah, yes. So, as we get older, the opportunities within multinational corporations can become a bit riskier.
I think in a conversation, Ismail mentioned my life changed. Actually, my life changed after entering real estate.
Yeah.
We also mentioned about the car I drive. In those days, we can never imagine. Today I'm telling my first car was a BM. I cannot imagine when I'm working, I look at those people drive Merc are normally those management level.
Yeah.
We are driving those Subaru, Honda, and those sort of car. And my best car, I also mentioned it, was a Kia, brand new one. Along the way was old car. But even though my Merc is old, it's still a Merc.
Well, it's a Mercedes. Any car in Singapore is...
fit my face.
Well, it's amazing. Well, they're very expensive in Singapore.
The car fit my face.
Yeah.